Hello friends! Today I'm going to share with you my very favorite recipe for Play-Doh. In fact, this time I'm making pumpkin pie Play-Doh, which is so much fun for the fall holidays. This is a cooked recipe. Another little hack you can use if you're using a regular Play-Doh recipe is to use baby oil instead of the vegetable oil. But don't do it if you're doing the pumpkin pie Play-Doh because that's, that's kind of gross. But anyway, I'm going to show you how to make that. This is a recipe I've been using for years as an early childhood teacher, kindergarten teacher. I'm using my great-grandmother's pan. I'm not even sure what it's made out of. Titanium, meteor rock, kryptonite. Who knows? It is an awesome pan. And I've put a cup of water in there. Right now I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm sure I'm doing something extremely important. Aha! Measuring spoon for the oil. This takes 2 tablespoons of oil. As I said, one of my favorite recipes is to substitute it for baby oil, but that we will do another time. For this recipe, you'll need the vegetable or canola oil. Don't use anything real expensive. This is just Play-Doh, not going in your body. I'm going to do a mixture of the yellow and the red food coloring to make orange. This particular little food coloring set is just probably a Dollar Tree, dollar store set. Don't do anything expensive. It's also, this particular recipe is also really great for your kids to do some cooking, do some chemistry. As you can see, you can also experiment with colors. I add a little bit more yellow in there to make it the color I want. Now that mixture is just going to heat up on the stove, and I am going to mix up the dry ingredients now. This has a cup of flour. As you can see, I'm not being really exact in the measurements. Usually baking needs to have, it's a little science, a little chemistry, and not that I'm that good at baking anyway, but this is something you really can't mess up. Now it takes a lot of salt. This is a half a cup of salt for this small recipe of this. It also is a deterrent against a lot of snacking on said Play-Doh. It doesn't taste real great. I'm also going to put some cream of tartar. I usually get all of my spices that I can at an Amish grocery store we have probably 4 or 5 miles down the road, and I noticed when I was digging through my spices on this day, I really was out, and so I have no idea where I got this particular little thing of cream of tartar. I obviously have had it for a while because it didn't look like my usual Amish store grocery container. Now, I could have made pumpkin pie spice. That's what it calls for. I have the stuff for it, but I just grabbed for the cinnamon. Give it a stir. You can see my great filming skills here as I stir one-handed. Not that great. And the little peek at the liquid mixture. Now I'm going to pour the dry ingredients into the hot pot. I believe it comes just to a boil. It doesn't have to be a raging boil or anything like that. I'm going to give it a good stir. I'm going to show you in a minute how it looks as you're stirring it. It starts to lose the gloss. It also starts to not to stick to the pan, and it will form a ball as you are stirring it. And you need to keep stirring it. You don't need to just let it sit there, because this will burn. Play-Doh will burn. And there you go. That's how it looks when it is done. I'm going to pour it out on my cutting board and give it a good little knead there. I tell you, there's nothing like feeling warm Play-Doh. It is really, really satisfying. Also sniffing it. Sniffing it is great too. So there I am. I'm going to knead it a little bit. I'm going to let it cool, and then I'm going to put it in an airtight container like this plastic bag. Now here I'm going to show you the extra little special thing that I do. I love creating gift bag toppers, and I do them for our church. I personalize them, put information on them about our church and our scripture, We do theme things, and so I've created a whole bunch of these. There's only one set that I actually put a sentiment in the middle. You'll see that one in just a little bit, but they're blank, so you can personalize them, add anything you want to them. They are really cute in treat bags, in little gift boxes, things like that. But this is going to make the cutest little gift. I have several here. I'm going to just write some little sentiments on it really quick. As you can see, I'm not going to use my best handwriting. I also want to apologize for the camera angle. I'm kind of figuring how people film from up above. That is fascinating. And as you can see from my camera stand there, tripod there, I haven't figured that out yet, but we'll get there. So now I'm going to take some Play-Doh. I've divided it up into sections, and I'm going to put it in a little Ziploc sandwich bag. I mean, these are like the ones you get like for $100 for $1 or so. And nothing fancy. Make sure it's sealed tight though, because you don't want the Play-Doh to dry out. And I'm going to fold this little bag topper in half. I'm going to put it over the top of the, I'm just guessing there what I'm doing since I can't see myself, over the top of that sandwich bag, and I'm going to give it a staple. That's all you need to do. Now, I have also created on my blog, and I'll leave the link to all of this. If you're watching it on YouTube, I'll leave the link below for this particular blog site. These are Play-Doh mat cards. Now, these are not even postcard size if you cut them down to fit this bag. What I would do is I would definitely laminate these or put contact paper over them. Kids can make the little shapes. There's a pie, there's acorn here, but there's also a leaf and a pumpkin and a pilgrim hat and a football and a turkey. I think there's 16 cards in all. And this way you can add a set of them to your sandwich bag and a little portion of Play-Doh. These would make such cute birthday party favors or pumpkin party favors. And then I'm going to add the bag topper to the top of it, and you have got a great little gift. They would be so cute with the turkey or the pie Play-Doh mat card, and set at all the little kids' spots at Thanksgiving as a little treat. There you go. Oh, I gotta fix those letters. I just can't stand it. I've got to put the teacher bubbles on them. You know about those teacher bubbles, don't you? Now here's the finished product. This first one here is the one I have actually added the sentiment to, Have a Delightful Autumn. I put them in a little basket with some twinkle lights from the Dollar Tree, and have such a great little gift there, a little treat thing. I think I'm going to make a batch of these and take to the children's church director so she can give them out at children's church. Thanks for watching.